I realize it's Tuesday, and on this channel on Tuesdays, I normally do the NFL power rankings. And I can see the board. I know who's number one, and it's not New England. But I'm not here to talk to you about that right now. I want to talk about something I saw in the news last night. You know why? Because it ticked me off. Even while Bear's looking at probably a squirrel outside. It's ticking me off because we have a squirrel, and it'll come over and tease the cat. It just sits on the other side of the window and looks at her. Like, hey, you can't come out. Hi, it's nice out here. Anyways, probably what's going on. He goes in the tree and stares at her too. It is really funny, and those videos would probably get more views than this. But I'm going to talk about this. Gosh darn it. So last night they talked about a couple who lost 2 months of rent money doing what's called an e-transfer. And right off the bat, they're like, we got a warning about e-transfers. If you think they're safe, look out. And I went, okay. Now, this is a standard news thing, right? Where they're like, hey, if you show up after the break, we'll tell you how you're not going to die. And then you watch and you go, well, that's not going to kill me. It's not very likely a clown's going to fall out of a plane and land on me while I'm walking into the mall. How do you avoid this? I don't care. It's not going to happen to me. Anyways, so what happened is they send money from their account to their landlord for the rent twice, and both times the money was intercepted. That's how it's put. And I'm like, wait, intercepted? What? Intercepted how? Because I do e-transfers regularly. Most people do. E-transferring is very, very common. So they do this whole report. They come out of the report, and both news anchors went, oh, well, I guess it's cash then. I'm like, no, wait. I did a Google search, and the first result of a Google search that I did, and all it was, how does somebody intercept an e-transfer? Boom! And this is what drives me nuts. Now, I know people are going to say, oh, fake news, fake. No. This isn't, it's lazy journalism. It's not, this is lazy, and this is what drives me insane. So, the way that it was put was this. You transfer the money to somebody else's account, and they don't get it. That, the bank should have some responsibility for. Now, they were going through Toronto Dominion, TD Bank. And they did it twice. So the husband does it from his account, then the wife does it from her account. Both times the landlord didn't get the money. Now they appealed to the bank to get their money back. Now I want you guys to think about it. Toronto Dominion Bank looks into it, and they say, no, there's nothing here that on our end we have any responsibility for. The money left to your account, we transferred it properly. Now, that's not the way that it was put in this report. All they said was TD Bank denied them. So, let me just do a quick mock-up here of how TD Bank was envisioned by them. So you can think that's a bat, or you can think that's a devil face, or whatever you'd like. Basically, these are evil, and these people are wonderful, and the landlord on the other end was fantastic, and everything's great. This is the bank's fault. Let's get mad at the bank. And I don't know if Toronto Dominion's going to be dealing with some kind of complaints or people being angry with them today. But they really shouldn't be. The bank kind of doesn't have anything to do with this. And I'll tell you guys why. And again, this is because the journalists, they didn't. The consumer protection people sometimes protect the consumers, even though, in this case, the corporation, and I have had issues with TD Bank. I bank with them. I have had to try to call them. I have done everything I can to avoid calling them. I've even told them while I'm on the phone with them, I really didn't want to call you guys. I really don't want to do this. So the money goes from your account to their account in an e-transfer. I have my account set up so it automatically deposits. If somebody sends money from their account into my account, it's auto-deposited. There is no email. If you're sending it to an email, that email then allows it to go into their account. This is where the problem was. And they mentioned it in the news in the news bit they did, but barely. Because what the bank told them was, this email address is likely compromised. Your landlord's email address is probably compromised. They contacted the landlord, who went, no. Well, of course. Now, I say this as somebody who has experienced twice over the last month issues where somebody was trying to either break into an account of mine, or in one case, I almost fell for a phishing scam in that I get an email saying your video's been demonetized due to this song being in your video. I'm like, I don't have that song in my video, so I clicked on it. And everything looks good. It looked exactly like an email from YouTube, and I realized immediately, oh my God, what am I doing? And I went and changed every password on everything I had. I changed everything. And I've made it so that if I log into PayPal, I have to get a text before I can get into PayPal, even if I know the password. I've made it that way as well for my Toronto Dominion bank account. I even called them. As I said, I avoid calling them as much as I can. I called them and I said, okay, how do I make sure my account is as secure as possible? I had them look and make sure there was nothing suspicious. We went over my most recent charges over the last few days. And they couldn't have been more decent about it once they understood. I didn't think I had been compromised yet. I wanted to make sure I hadn't been, and then I would continue to take every security measure I could with every account I had and create a password that is so unguessable that I don't really have to worry about it. We're still in a day and age where people make them guessable. So, if you use e-transfer and you're trying to get money, and I do this, I get money to my landlord, and it goes to their email, and then it goes into their account. Make sure that the security question, you have not emailed them. Again, the report I watched last night didn't tell us any of this. Do not email somebody and go, hey, so the security answer to get this money to put in your account is bingo. Don't forget bingo. Also, don't make it guessable. One thing that they said is it'll give you 4 chances at guessing. So don't use who's my favorite Beatle, because there's 4 of them. They'll guess. So make sure it's not something that's easily guessed. We're in a world where people still use the word password as their password. Because they go, well, nobody uses that anymore, so I could just use password. Stop it. You're making yourself look stupid. So either one of two things happened. Either they told their landlord through the email, hey, if you want to get that money, the security answer is following. Or they made it easily guessed. So what they should have done is when that first $950 went off into somebody else's bank account, because they had this information, they should have called their landlord and said, we are going to change the security question. Here's what it is, and tell it to them over the phone. Do not send them an email saying, hey, my wife sent you the money last month. I'm going to send you the money this month. Here's my security answer. Because again, that was another $950 that went out. And the reason I'm making this video is simple. I woke my wife up at 12:30 last night. She was dead tired. Keep in mind, we've gained an hour. So to us, it's still 1:30 in the morning. I woke her up at what would have been 1:30 in the morning last week to try to tell her about this. Because the reporting upset me. What happened is bad, okay? I feel bad for people that lost $1,900. Now, after Consumer Reports got involved and contacted Toronto Dominion Bank said, look, we can't talk to you about that. That's account information. We can't give you that. And they can't. Pretty sure they legally can't. They contacted this couple and gave the wife back $950, didn't give the husband back $950. And he was on there like, well, why does she get her money and I don't get mine? And all I could think was, holy crap, how did she get her money back? What the bank did was, they took $1,900 and tried to send it here. It got intercepted here by a hacker. And the bank went, okay, your landlord got hacked. We're going to pay you $950 for that. And the couple went, why didn't we get $1,900? My answer is, you're lucky you got $950. Because in this situation, the fraud occurs here. If the fraud involves the bank, if you get a statement from your bank where you owe them $500, the fraud's on the bank side. If something happens in your account, if there's a security breach in your account and that money, that information that you have on there gets taken, that's on the bank side. This is not. I could not understand why they kept showing TD branches and saying, oh, TD Bank, they wouldn't talk to us. And TD Bank, and they wouldn't give them their money back. And TD Bank was this and that. I'm like, wait, this does not involve, it involves their bank account, but it doesn't directly involve the bank. It doesn't involve them at all. It's the involvement is here. The landlord's email was compromised. And what did they say at the end? Well, we're just going to pay the landlord in cash from now on. Oh my God. Holy crap. And then they're like, oh, well, see, just deal in cash. And I'm thinking, how many people that are watching this report right now are hating on a bank for a situation that really didn't directly involve them? So this is where the issue is. Because other than that, because my biggest concern was, if you are taking money from your account and putting it into theirs, is there something in the middle here that somebody can grab the money? Because I thought there's no way that there is no actual, it's a direct transfer. How in the world would somebody get in the middle? And the only thing I found was that. And talking about, here's how you make sure you're not going to lose your money. Here's how you use e-transfers the safest way possible. And it says there's no way to 100% prevent it, but this is how you prevent it. So I thought it wasn't reported on. I'm not going to say not accurately, but it was slanted. It was slanted against the bank's evil. The bank should have given them their money back. And then kind of left it like, what could happen to your e-transfers? Uh-oh. What could happen? And I'm like, that's really nebulous. And that's not reporting. Like, your whole report is that these guys tried to give their money to this guy and the money got stolen here. Why aren't you spending any time talking about here? Why? Because they go, oh, they sent the money and then the money wasn't received, so they went to the bank. No, that's not how it works. The money was deducted from their account. It has nothing to do with the bank at that point. It's not like the bank went, $950, don't mind if we do. I don't know where the landlord's money might have gone. We just do this it's something we do to certain customers because we only make like $11 billion a year. So we just take random $950 sums from people's accounts when they try to e-transfer it. I didn't like the way it was framed, so I wanted to do a video here. And just if this starts gaining any kind of steam or if you see it. And again, for the couple that lost $1,900, I do feel bad for them. The landlord needed to clean this up and definitely should not be looking at them and going, hey, you didn't pay your rent this month. They have receipts. So you can go into your TD bank account and you can get receipts for e-payments. I know because I've done it with my taxes because I use some of the e-transfers for tax deductions. And you can show those to the landlord and go, we sent the money. Why didn't you get it? You need to find out what's going on your end. So that was the thing that drove me nuts, was the issue is here, and yet all they talked about was here and here. And I thought it was kind of lazy, which is why you guys are watching this video rather than watching NFL Power Rankings. So there you go. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys have heard anything else regarding what can happen. Because again, email is so insecure. And people think it's secure, but I can tell you it's not. I worked supporting email for years. It is really insecure. I do my best to avoid email ugliness and this kind of thing. And I don't. That's why I'm glad that my account, it just goes direct. First thing I did after that report was go into my account on TD Bank, which meant they had to send me a text to prove it was me, even though I knew the password. And I made sure that this evil demonic bank just directly deposits the money in my account. I don't need to go through an email. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, because I'd be interested to know what you guys think, honestly. And again, you know, when I see this kind of thing, you may see the odd video here and there on this channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. And this is the first time I've ever used a whiteboard to talk about banking. So you guys are witnessing it first. Thanks for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.